underneath her with the takedown.
Former Strikeforce Women's 135-pound champion Sarah Kaufman already holds a win over Misha Tate. She lost her title to Marloes Coenen. She wants the winner of tonight's title fight, and she will be watching with vested interest.
Time now for the official introductions. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, fans, here we go. Strikeforce M1 Global and Showtime presents 5 5-minute rounds for the Strikeforce Women's World Bantamweight Championship. Introducing to you first on my left, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing at 5 feet 6 1/2 inches, she weighed in at 135 pounds. A wrestling standout with a record of 11 wins and 2 losses. Please welcome the popular challenger fighting out of Sacramento by way of Tacoma, introducing Misha. Take down Tate. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner, standing at 5 feet 8 1/2 inches. She weighed in at 135 pounds. With a background in Shudo, her record stands at 19 wins, 4 losses, with 3 knockouts and 14 submissions to her credit. Here is the women's MMA pioneer and defending Strikeforce Women's World Bantamweight Champion from Amsterdam, Marloes. And our referee in charge of the action now to give instructions, Big John McCarthy.
All right, ladies, this is for the Bantamweight champion. Remember what I said about protecting yourself at all times, obey my commands at times. Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Step back so we can start. Good luck.
Okay. That's a game fit. I don't know if I've ever seen Marloes Coenen sport this kind of demeanor.
Marloes, step back. Go back to your corner. Thank you. You ready? You ready? Let's get it up.
Coenen smiling at her.
She's got to stop this takedown. She's going to work that game. She'll do a big overhand right. Let Misha come underneath it.
Has anyone in the history of MMA submitted to a foot stomp?
Don't grab the fence, Misha.
Not yet. It sure hurts, though. Coenen doing a good job of putting her head under Misha Tate's. That's going to stop the takedown and the clinch position.
Let go of the fence, Misha.
This is where Coenen did not want to find herself in the early going, pinned up along the fence by the grappler, the wrestler, Tate. Coenen has the size advantage, but it's Tate that's being the aggressor in the early going.
First round scheduled for 5 for the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Championship. Left hook by Coenen, getting through.
She trains at Golden Glory in Amsterdam with some of the world's best strikers. And there's a Muay Thai knee right up the middle from the plug position. From a choke already. Of Coenen's 19 wins have come via submission.
And finally a takedown by Tate.
Tate has never been submitted.
Marloes Coenen very good on her back.
That looked like Tate was ready to tap there. That's a pretty tight choke.
Coenen trying to sink it in. And Tate frees her head.
Now Coenen's got to get back to that guard.
Side control for Tate.
This is where Coenen found herself for the majority of the fight, for the majority of the 4 rounds of her last title defense against Marloes before pulling off the dramatic triangle choke win in round 4. Tate neutralizing her right arm now.
Nice trap by Misha Tate. And as you mentioned, Frank, Coenen has to stay out of the mount.
Got to stay out of the mount and these dominant side positions, because carrying around Tate's weight is going to make her very tired. Plus, getting damage from there is going to make her expend a lot of energy.
Coenen raising her right leg there, trying to block the transition to mount by Tate. Cross-side position, I mean, we've said it before, Pat Miletich, Frank, Boss Rutan, a lot more weapons at your disposal. You're able to distribute your weight. I think it's better controlling position, a better dominant position cross-side than the mount.
It's better for control and it's better for submission. The mount's just a lot more intimidating because someone's sitting above you, pounding on your face.
Let go of the shorts, Misha.
50 seconds to go in the first round, scheduled for 5. This is the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Championship. Misha Tate, the challenger, in pink and green. And the champion, Marloes Coenen, in black.
Tate doing a good job of controlling the champion, dropping some hammer fists to the belly. Great job of control from side mount. Coenen trapped. But again, very confident, very calm, cool, collected. She told us too against Marloes, a lot of the shots weren't that damaging. She says when you've been in there against the likes of Chris Cyborg, everything else is peanuts, as she put it.
Watch the knee.
And that's the end of the first round.
The takedown from Tate. It was hard earned, but well worth it. She got her hips inside, cut the corner, was able to trip the knees out from Marloes Coenen, and she got caught in a bit of a choke for it. I thought she was going to tap. She was able to drive her head forward and keep that position.
Yeah, Bravo choke there.
Now the two ladies just go right at each other to start the second round, scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. This is the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Championship. The champion is in black, Marloes Coenen, 30 years old, from Amsterdam, taking on the challenger, 24-year-old Misha Tate, fighting out of Sacramento, California, in pink and green.
Tate living up to her moniker, takedown in the opening round, secured the takedown, was able to control from side mount. I gave her the opening round 10-9, Frank.
I gave it to her as well. Coenen's doing some nice work with her knees here. Knee in the body. Trying to wear down the younger Misha Tate.
What is Marloes Coenen's strength?
I think it's being well-rounded. Having good stand-up, having good submission ability, and then having a lot of experience. She's been in the game a long time. She knows what to do when she's mounted, side-mounted, or when she's up on the fencer, all tied up.
Yeah, one of the most experienced female mixed martial artists. Started her career in the land of the rising sun. A lot of great female fighters out of Japan, and they're now looking for, wow, transitions to the back, looking for the rear naked choke.
She's in choke position right now.
Tate climbs a fence. Coenen trying to get both hooks in. She's very dangerous from this position.
Tate has only lost twice in her career, one via decision, one via knockout, has never been submitted, but then again, she's never been in there with the likes of Marloes Coenen.
Good body lock, figure 4 body lock. That's going to stop the hip movement of Misha Tate.
Yeah, the body triangle. It's almost like a boa constrictor wrapped around your midsection.
How do you get out of this if you're Misha Tate?
She's got to run her hips to her left and try to get her back flat to the mat. If your back is on the mat, then no one can be on your back.
Crowd in Chicago chanting Misha's name, cheering on the American athlete.
Coenen should tee off on her right here. Get her to raise her hands up.
Back of the head, Marloes. Watch where the strike goes.
What is the best way to escape from the body triangle? Because we've seen people submitted before. Now she lets it go, but I mean, what is the best escape out of that body lock?
You got to turn to your side and you got to run your elbow up to your knee and unhook the leg. Then when you unhook the leg, you can slide yourself out. But as long as those feet are hooked, you're not going anywhere.
A lot of very important hand fighting going on right now, Frank, especially for Misha Tate.
Yeah, she's got to keep the hands from going under her chin. And Coenen doing a good job seesaw and switching hands, looking for position. And now she comes with the strikes. That's what she needs to get the hands up and change the hand fighting game into a blocking game.
Dire straits here for Misha Tate. Coenen beginning to soften her up with some body blows, again attacking the head.
Coenen, great composure as she looks over to her corner for a little direction.
Again, a guy, Martin de Jong, who's been with her more than half her life. Started with her at 14. And here we are. In 2011, the 30-year-old Marloes Coenen looking to successfully defend the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight title for the second time against #1 contender Misha Tate.
Tate's trying to unhook her feet there.
Now she's got her back mount, and there's some ground and pound from the back.
Big right hands by Coenen.
Watch the downward elbow. Be careful where it's going.
42 seconds to go in the second round. This is the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Championship. The champion with a stellar performance in the second round.
She's trying to push that hand down, advance the legs up, put herself into a triangle choke position, a reverse triangle choke position.
And more than half of this fight has now been where Coenen is, I think, at her best, on the ground. Over 3 minutes of this round and just slowly, meticulously trying to set Tate up for the choke, but time becoming a factor and Tate will survive.
All right, a great second round for Marloes Coenen, the champion. And there's a young lady that's watching this fight tonight, looking forward to getting in with the winner. Here's Heidi Androl.
That's right, Gus. She definitely is. Joining me right now, Sarah Kaufman, coming off of a victory over Liz Carmouche last week. Now, you actually have had a chance to fight both of these women. Misha Tate back in the first Challenger show, and Marloes Coenen took the belt from you. What's your prediction in this one tonight, and what have you seen so far?
Well, so far I've seen what I thought Misha would do is bring Marloes to the cage, try and take her down, and try and grind it out, and Marloes was able to reverse that in the second. And I'm hoping that Marloes gets this win, probably a decision, and then I'm able to rematch her for the title.
I was just going to ask you, would you rather avenge your loss or fight Misha? And you've answered it there. Let's go to a replay of what we've seen in this round so far. There's Marloes Coenen with the takedown and going for the submission over Misha Tate. Anything surprising here? Obviously, that's Marloes' game.
You know, it's not surprising. I'm sure Marloes is really prepared for that. I'm expecting to see some clinch knees and Marloes using her length as well, but in tight, I know that Marloes is probably expecting to get taken down.
All right, well, we'll see if they can do it here in the third. We'll send it back to you guys, cage side.
Thank you very much, Heidi. Third round scheduled for 5 in the Women's Bantamweight Championship. The champion is Marloes Coenen, who comes out in the third round with some very good leg kicks. And the challenger, Misha Tate, in pink and green.
Yeah, she shut out Tate when it came to power strikes in the second round, 20-0. And while I gave Tate the opening round, it was the champion's round in the second stanza. I have it even after 10 minutes, Frank.
I got it even too, and I also think that Coenen has got her number here with the leg kicks and that overhand right.
Oh, nice takedown, and she caught the kick that time. Very good job by Misha Tate. Anticipating the leg kick, catching it, and using it to her advantage. This is her strength right here. Terrific wrestler, as you mentioned, on the boys team in high school growing up, won the Coaches Award at her high school for her superior wrestling ability with the boys.
But we have seen Coenen start slow in her previous 2 fights when she defeated the aforementioned Sarah Kaufman, who Heidi Andrel just spoke to in between rounds. She was being controlled and dominated before pulling out the armbar from underneath. And of course, in one of the biggest comebacks of the year, after being controlled for 3 rounds, she came back and defeated Carmouche via triangle choke.
Coenen with the underhook, trapping the right arm of Misha Tate.
So I guess what I was trying to say, Gus, is she's very comfortable from this position, while Tate has to really, the onus is on her to try to improve position, try to ground and pound, try to score points from here, because Coenen can get you from any position when you're on the ground.
And she's a champion.
Well, she's got that over again. Then Tate finally releases. Hip movement by Coenen, almost setting up a triangle attempt there. Always thinking 1 step ahead, and you could see the communication, always taking a look at her corner, looking for advice. Well, Tate needs to posture up. She needs to get busy.
Coenen's doing a good job of keeping hold of her head. When she's not keeping hold of her head, hooking those arms.
And Big John will stand him up.
Here we go. Fight. Let's go.
Tate, hands down, breathing out of her mouth. Takes down Coenen once again.
Coenen looking for the Kimura. From the full butterfly hooks here, dropping some elbows as well.
And these ladies, great effort in the cage, but there's only one Chris Cyborg.
The Strikeforce Women's 145-pound champion. Rumor has it she may be returning before the end of the year.
One of the most impressive female athletes in the world, Mrs. Cyborg.
She holds a win over Marloes Coenen. It was after that fight Coenen decided to try her hand at 135 pounds. So far, so good. She is the reigning champion, but she's been taken down twice here in the second round by Misha Tate.
She's got to get her head out of the cage here. Bad positioning, although she's tying Tate up.
27 seconds remaining in the third round, scheduled for 5 for the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Championship. The first round going to the challenger on top, Misha Tate. The second round going to the champion on bottom, Marloes Coenen. This round favoring the challenger. As we come to the end of 3. Title on the line.
Oh, wow, big flip.
Reverse.
Beautiful sweep at the end of the round by the champion.
And here's Coenen with the power, that overhand right. She's keeping it cocked and ready. She's trying to find the range. Tate is taking it away with the takedowns. And Tate's not afraid to swing, but she's picking up those kicks. Easy takedown on that one, timing the kick of Marloes Coenen, driving right in for a double leg takedown. And same thing, boom, right under the right hand, turning the corner, bringing her knee up. Nice wrestling by Misha Tate. Way to follow through.
Fourth round scheduled for 5 for the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Championship. And for Marloes Coenen, in her last fight, the fourth round turned out to be the round as she submitted Liz Carmouche.
Well, she had that beautiful sweep at the end of round 3. She also outlanded Tate 11-3 in power strikes. A very close round. I could see where the judges would give it to Tate because she was on top for the majority of the round. But she wasn't that effective from top position. They've spent 10 minutes and 10 seconds of the first 15 minutes on the canvas. And yet, I don't know, that last round, Frank, how did you score it?
I don't know. That was a tough round to score. I think Misha Tate might have ran away with a bit of it, but
I'm leaning towards Coenen. She had the power strikes, she had the reversal. Yes, Tate was on top, but again, it wasn't very effective grappling from top position.
we'll settle it over bocce ball.
Oh, you want to go there again? I have it 29-28 for the champion. I could see it being the other way, though, as well by the 3 judges chosen by the Illinois State Athletic Commission.
Now Tate driving Coenen into the fence. Ooh, nice dump.
But right into the guillotine choke from Coenen.
Tate's got a block, though. She's driving her right shoulder down, taking the pressure off the choke. And she's crawling around the guard and getting the side mount of Marloes Coenen.
How do you create space on the fence, Frank?
You don't. That's why you got to use the fence. You turn your body around, you get your feet up on it, you push off with your hand. That fence is like traps you in a box and you can't get out.
Brian Carway, Tate's boyfriend, shouting out instructions at cage side.
And Tate getting to side control now.
Marloes has got to run up that cage. You can run right up that cage, come out the back door here.
And that's exactly what she's doing. You've done this before, haven't you, Frank?
Once or twice.
Don't drive in, push it. Drive that elbow into her eyes. There you go. Make it real comfy. That arm, the push off. She's getting ready to explode. She's getting ready to explode.
You can hear Carway telling Tate that Coenen is getting ready to explode, anticipating the launch off the fence, and Tate defended it well. They're still in cross-side position. Some elbows from the bottom by Coenen. See, this round with the takedown, I think Tate's done a better job.
Knee on belly for Tate, trying to, and she goes to the other side.
Another side choke.
Arm triangle choke.
She's got it in there. Coenen trying to block it by grabbing her leg.
Just like Tate, Coenen has never been submitted.
As she submits her.
Wow, what a performance by Misha Tate. And she takes the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Championship.
Misha take down Tate, taking a page out of the Golden Girl of Golden Glory's playbook. Tate is the new Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Champion. Wow!
That dominant position, put her in submission ability. As she jumped right over the hips, slid that choke in.
Misha Tate with the arm triangle choke victory, her 5th win via submission, but her 1st via arm triangle choke, and it leads to her 1st Strikeforce Championship, setting up a rematch with Sarah Kaufman, who's already defeated her.
Here's the finish. Side mount, good control. Look at Misha's head is behind the elbow, behind the arm of Coenen. She slides over into the mount. Then once she's there, she keeps going all the way to the other side. Now the arm's trapped. She's got a figure 4, she's got locked, and she's driving that choke. You see Coenen trying to block it a little bit by getting that knee up, but Coenen is choking herself with her own arm because of this position. Here's another look, just textbook side choke position, driving that arm across her neck. Tate's arm is choking the other side. A beautiful submission hold.
An emotional Misha Tate celebrating her first championship. She began her career in November 2007, and here on the final day of July 2011, Misha Tate.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a time of 3 minutes, 3 seconds in round number 4, an arm triangle choke ends this contest as the fighter taps out. She is the winner by way of submission. She is the new Strikeforce Women's World Bantamweight Champion, Misha Takedown Tate.
A new champion crowned here right outside of Chicago. Misha Tate, congratulations on your world championship. Scott Coker putting the belt around your waist. Can you give us an idea of what is going through your mind right now when you look back at your days wrestling on the boys wrestling team in high school?
It made me tough, and it's a big, huge reason why I'm here today was that toughness that got me through that fight. I mean, Marloes is no joke. Had a good start to my training camp, a rough finish, but that's what makes the heart of a champion right there. It's tough times. Tough times only make you tougher.